Okay, we are getting closer to embroidering. Two things that I haven't mentioned is that you will want to change your needle to an embroidery needle. I'm using Inspira's embroidery needle, size 75. And you will also want to change out your presser foot to a 60 presser foot, which is the standard presser foot for embroidery. Now when you turn on your sewing machine, instead of going to start sewing, you're going to go to start embroidering. And this is going to put you in embroidery mode. A pop-up's going to come and say that your embroidery unit needs to be calibrated. And so you're going to remove the hoop and clear the machine area to make sure that the embroidery arm can move freely. So since my hoop is not attached, I'm good to go. So I will press OK. And now the embroidery arm will calibrate until it's ready. So now we're in the embroidery edit. And since this is a very easy basic tutorial, I'm going to do a very easy and basic embroidery. So here you have your embroidery edit screen. It has your hoop size that you're using, and I'm going to go straight into it. I'm going to go, here you have your stitches. So I already know what I want to do. I'm going to go into my fonts, and I'm going to do let's do Bell font. And I'm going to write a cute Valentine's Day, since Valentine's Day is next week. Amor. And then I'm going to do 3 hearts. So I've gone into this butterfly option, and I'm going to go into scroll all the way to mini. And I'm going to scroll all the way down. I'm going to do this heart. So I'm going to hold this down, and then it's going to pop up. So here in your embroidery edit, you can pinch out and pinch in and use the touch screen to make your embroidery design bigger. Move it around. So make this a little bit bigger. And then I'm going to bring this heart up. And here, just to go over the options, here you can edit. There are tons of different options for editing your embroidery design, zooming in, zooming out, moving it to the left, moving it to the right. It works very much like, if you're familiar with Photoshop, it works very much like Photoshop. Layers, you can trash a layer or delete a layer. Hoop options. Here our hoop has already been selected when it calibrated. Or from my last embroidery design, probably remember that I was using the Elite hoop 260 by 200. Stitch edit, this is where you can edit the actual stitches of your embroidery. But I'm just gonna keep the standard, so we're gonna go back into edit. Here along the right-hand side, you have tons of different options for your embroidery design. Different fonts, different designs. There's PFAFF exclusive, there's kitchen, there's quilting designs, there's children's designs, there's holiday designs. Here it goes into layers. Layer 1 is Amor, the second is the heart. So just to keep things simple, I'm just going to keep it like this. And then we're ready to stitch out. So we're going to go into embroidery stitch out. Our arm is going to move back. And here you're going to choose all of your options for your embroidery design. So it says I'm using the Craft Elite Hoop 260 by 200, which is correct. Standard zigzag needle plate, correct. Dynamic spring foot 6D free motion, correct. I changed that already. Active technology, that's on. Basing option, I did a couple basing options, but I didn't think that it made a difference. Maybe if you're doing a more intricate embroidery design, it would. So I'm gonna leave that off. Thread cut options, automatic thread cutter and automatic jump stitch trim. Yes, automatic thread cutter, and then off. Color options, I'm gonna do monochrome. Again, I'm just trying to keep things simple for this tutorial. So once that's all good to go, I'm gonna press OK, and I'm gonna attach the hoop to the embroidery arm. Right, so it has snapped into place. Alright guys, that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found embroidering a little less intimidating. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all my DIY and custom lingerie as well. So once you've finished your embroidery, you can remove the hoop from the embroidery unit, and then you can release it from the hoop. Using the quick release lever, remove the inner hoop from the outer hoop. And since this is a water-soluble film, I'll be dumping it in water. But to make it easier, because if you dump all this in water, it can get a little bit filmy, and this really just needs to be cut around the embroidery. So to make it easier to dissolve in water, I cut as close to the embroidery design as I can. And then I'm actually going to unpeel this from the wrong side of the fabric. All the way to the embroidery design. Now it won't, since my fabric has spandex in it, even though it's pulled, it'll rebound right back into shape. So just take note of that. If your fabric is going to stretch out of shape, I wouldn't recommend it. But I'm going to peel all the way back to the embroidery design, and I'm going to cut as close to it as possible. Set that aside. Okay, so I've cut the stabilizer as close to the embroidery design as I can, and I'm going to dump it in water, the whole thing in water, or you can put it underneath a faucet, and it'll be removed, and then I'll lay flat to dry, and then I'll cut out my project. And that's it. Alright guys, that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it and found embroidering a little less intimidating. If you liked it, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out all my DIY and custom lingerie as well as bra making workshops on my website www.madalynne.com.